All right, welcome to Right On with Jon Crane. And what I got today is I got two toolboxes right here that I just picked up. I went out on a little road trip a couple days ago out to Monroe, Washington. And a guy out there, Matt, he sold me a couple toolboxes here. And great toolboxes. This one is a Kennedy box, and I just love this one. And it's got the nice green wrinkle finish on it. And I can tell this is an older Kennedy box. It's got the square corners here, and usually don't see them in the green wrinkle paint there. Usually they're brown, like the classic Kennedy brown there. But I just think this is a great looking box. And then this unit here is a drawer unit. And the fun thing about these two toolboxes is that they have some tools in them, and I don't really know what those tools are. I haven't opened these up yet. I just picked them up out there from Matt, and so I'm gonna open them with you guys right here on the video and see what's inside there. So a little Scooby-Doo mystery there. We'll open up these boxes, but first I'm gonna show you a little footage from the trip that I took out to Monroe there, and actually visited a machine shop out there, Jim Flowers Machine Shop, and he's a fascinating guy and fascinating machinist. I didn't get a lot of footage from his place, but I did get some pictures of some of the motorcycles he's worked on over the years, some like Top Fuel motorcycles, and just some amazing stuff. So I'll show you some pictures from his machine shop, and then we'll dig into these toolboxes and see what the contents is. So I'm excited to open these guys up and see what we got. Could be some good stuff, could be a bunch of junk. I have no idea. All right, I'll show you a little bit of that road trip footage, and then we'll open these guys up and see what we got. All right, here I am starting out on my journey here to go get these toolboxes and such. And I live out in western Washington, out in the Puget Sound area. And to get most anywhere, you know, heading east over to the mainland there, most often you got to take a ferry boat. And these ferry boats are gigantic, as you can see here, with the trucks and all kinds of stuff. I think they hold about 200 cars, and yeah, it's just a great way to travel around. Nice to be on the water. So here I am getting off the ferry boat, and I'm making my way out to Monroe, Washington. And Monroe, Washington is out in the foothills of the Cascades, and it's just a beautiful area. There's a lot of farmland out there. So I'm just making my way out here, and I'm gonna pick up these two toolboxes here. And there's our mystery toolboxes there, and I gotta see what tools are in there. And I also got a couple pieces of railroad track that I'm gonna make into some small little anvils there in a future project. And so from here I made my way over to a machine shop of a fella by the name of Jim Flower. And Jim Flower is quite an interesting guy and a great machinist, and he's really into Top Fuel racing, building motorcycles. Here's one of his motorcycles that he built a long time ago, and this is Top Fuel Harley here, and just an amazing bike. I think Jim said he got up close to 200 miles per hour on this particular bike, and just sounds amazing. What an adrenaline rush that must be. Here's another smaller bike that he had built a long time ago. And Jim just has an amazing machine shop with so many capabilities here, so many tools. Here's a Cincinnati 16-inch shaper here, and that's quite the heavy-duty machine there, A-bomb size machine, pushing some big chips off of that. And now we're over taking a look at the closing lathe here, one of Jim's many lathes, and this is a 6-jaw bison chuck that he's got on here. It's quite a nice chuck. And then we came over here and we took a look at, this is a Jones and Shipman OD grinder, and this is a great machine right here. You can grind some real precision work on this. Jim was saying you could get down to a 1/10 of a thousandth on this machine here, no problem. And so just a lot of cool stuff that Jim's working on there. He does a lot of aerospace, and boy, here's a motorcycle engine here that he's building with a couple cylinders from an airplane engine. So anyway, I'll leave a link to his website in the description here of the video, and you can go over and check Jim out. Just a fascinating guy. If you need any machine work done, head over to Jim's shop there if you're out there in Sultan, Monroe area. Just seems like a great machinist to work with. All right, now I'm back on the ferry boat and heading back home there, and we'll head back to my shop and see what we got in these toolboxes. All right, the first item up for bids here is this beautiful Kennedy toolbox. All right, anyhow, this is I think this is a pretty cool looking box. I love the green wrinkle paint finish here that we got going on, and believe it to be an older Kennedy box here with these square corners. All right, first up here is we'll open up the top of the box here, and looks like a bunch of nothing here in this. Let's see, we got a pin here, 1987. I don't know what that is, some kind of Boy Scout pin there. And let's see, what do we got in this? All right, there we go. A little set of like jeweler's screwdrivers. All right, so nothing too crazy here in the top here. Just some screwdrivers and some Boy Scout pins. All right, time to open up these drawers here. Take off the front cover. And I see this is a 3-drawer unit. So it's not like that traditional Machinist where it's got the 3 drawers over here and over here. You know, it's got the bigger drawer on the left. So this is 3 separate drawers here. So let's see what we got here in the top drawer. And nothing too crazy here. What do we got? Just some angled screwdrivers here, some right angle screwdrivers. This looks like a little stubby one there. All right. No Starrett squares jumping out here or anything, but all right, a little Stanley screwdriver, always handy. What have we got here? Some kind of pin here. I can't read what that says. Oh, you know what that is? I think that is off of a handsaw. I think that's exactly what that is. All right. A couple more little screwdrivers here. Tire gauge. All right. A little hex key set there. Always good. Looks like a little variety here of small screwdrivers. A little prick punch there. A couple more of these right angle guys, Phillips head. All right, so nothing too crazy, just some small screwdrivers here. What do we got? We got a mirror, a knife, a corroded old knife, and Salmon Bay Sand and Gravel. That's a classic old company there. Nice. And what do we got here? Amp Special Industries. That's cool, the old Salmon Bay, but it looks like, oh, I see. concrete volume computer. I see. So it is like a little slide scale there, and you can calculate how much concrete you need there. Aha. All right. Radio dispatch, Salmon Bay Sand and Gravel. Oh, look at that. There we go. There's kind of our first little machinist tool here. This is a little fishtail, and let's see, is there a name on this at all? It's a Craftsman. So there's a Craftsman fishtail. That's great for setting up 60-degree threading tools. That's an essential tool to have there if you're grinding high-speed steel. So a little fishtail there. All right, let's go dive down into the next drawer here. All right. What do we got? Pliers City here. All right, so we got some adjustable pliers. All right, some little nippers there. Boy, there's a lot of little pliers in here. All right, look at that. That's a nice one there. That's a Crestalloy. Looks like it's got a little nip off of the corner there. You know, that would be a good project there for Scout Crafter. And what do we got here? Looks like a Dunlop, a pair of linesman's pliers there. Actually, those might clean up pretty nice too. All right, some more adjustable pliers here. Oh, looks like these are actual pair of channel lock there. Right, some of these look like they're candidates to go into the evaporust. All right, nice little pair of vice grips. And boy, there's a lot of pliers in here. Let's see, what do we got here? Croucher. And these look like some wire bending pliers there to me. Maybe even custom shape there. But these are always great for bending wire. That's a nice little pair of pliers, actually. And here's like a small pair of linesman's pliers here with some red paint. Maybe no brand. Germany, it says on it. All right. Another pair of pliers. Small pair of nippers. Some dikes there. All right. Well, getting the fill of pliers here. Lots of little nippers. It's another pair. And another pair. Let's see. What is this one here? Italy. Perry. All right. Fragile. All right. What do we got here? Just some spring-loaded needle nose. Plier City here. This is somebody's plier drawer here, right? CT Company. All right. Another pair of needle nose there. Jeez, look at all these pliers. All right. Drop forged. Not sure what kind those are. But anyway, boy, there's a fill on pliers. There's a piece of aluminum and a nail file. All right. So got our fill of pliers. Let's go down here to the bottom drawer. See what we got in here. All right, some more adjustable channel locks here, just a little bit bigger. And another one here, right? Actually is a channel lock. And an adjustable wrench there, Crestalloy. All right. Yeah, you can't have enough of those. And a little cat's paw. And there's a decent sized little hammer there. Yeah, that's always great. I don't know what that is, 3 pound. Looks to be about that size. But yeah, that's always a good little hammer to have around right there. I can use that. And a small ball peen there. All right, but there's the haul out of this box here. And I wonder if there is any goodies. Oh, look at that. I didn't see that. There's a 1/2-inch extension in that drawer too. SK, right? SK extension, right? That's probably worth more than all the other tools in the box combined. All right, and let's see. Sometimes there is some goodies here underneath that drop down in the box. And all right, Johnny Olson, what's our next item up for bids? All right, we have this beautiful battleship gray 5-drawer toolbox here. All right, let's start in the top drawer here and see what we got. And what do we got here? Looks like some small little feeler gauges there. And I'm not sure what those particular feeler gauges are for right there. Just some small wire gauges, it looks like. And maybe somebody in the comments there has used this particular gauge and knows what it is. All right, so there's a little feeler gauge. Here's half of one of those cow magnets. And what do we got here? We got just like a little magnet and let's see, Stanley 69-155. And looks to be like some sort of tool there. Not quite sure. All right, and then looks like a little leather punch of some sort there. A few of these guys here. And I'm not sure what that tool is for, but maybe some other people know exactly what that is. Right? A couple old pins. All right, another one of these guys here. Right, and then here is, looks like a spark plug gapper there. And maybe that's exactly what that other gauge is right here. Right, and some more, another one of these guys. Here, another spark plug gapper. Here's some nice tiny little C-clamps there. Looks like it's a pony. Nice. And another nice little pony clamp there. Looks like a scroll saw blade. Nail clippers. And a little SOS. All right. Let's move down to drawer number 2. Holy cow. Drawer number 2 is almost about to hit the deck here. All right, what do we got here? Looks like some old taped up cardboard sleeve. Let's see if we can... I don't know what we got here. Looks like maybe some sort of homemade gauge or something here. It says 1 5/8". And yeah, this must be some sort of gauge. Somebody was making something, and this is some sort of template or test type piece there. And looks like another one right here. It's got a little bit of rust on it. But yeah, some sort of gauge type template type thing. And then, oh, this looks like some riveting tools right here. And looks like that one's broken off, but here's a small rivet head here to go on a pneumatic rivet gun. And looks like some, a bunch of those here. So some different sizes, some different mandrels there. And what do we got here? It looks kind of like a big punch. Use safety goggles. Another one of those little homemade gauges there. And looks like another punch or gauge. And what do we got in the back here? Just some files, and this looks like a grommet setter, is what that looks like to me there. So an old school grommet setter. And just some more little files there in the back. All right, drawer number 3. And what do we got here? All right, we got, this is used for dressing a grinding wheel there. So it's one of those guys for dressing the grinding wheel. It's a little tiny one there. And then what do we got here? We got a screen tool. This is, you know, for putting in that spline stuff for, you know, when you got to repair a screen there. Frost King, old, looks like Michelin Man there, or Stay Puft. And, yep, looks like another kind of mandrel type thing right there for a punch. Utility blades. All right, yep, looks like another grommet type punch right there. And another setting tool there. All right, and these are always good. Bunch of chuck keys. Right, for probably for Jacob's chucks there. Yep, there's Jacob's chuck. Probably the most popular chuck ever made, right? It's the Jacob's chuck. All right, utility blades. You can always use utility blades there, the old Stanleys. And the Aero T50s. And a few little cheapy wrenches there. All right, now down to the next drawer. Let's see what we got. All right, we got another, gonna pop out, drop on the floor. All right, there's a nice Craftsman, looks to be about like a 3.5 or 4 inch wide chisel there. Yeah, that's always good. What do we got? We got like an ice pick here. Jimmy DiResta. Yeah, there we go. I'll sell this style here as the Jon Crane ice pick. People will be eating this up. Look at that style. That's great. And looks like another Phillips turned into an ice pick there. Some sort of punch, and another one here ground into a punch. This is the punch drawer, and here's a valve from an engine there. Looks like maybe somebody was grinding that down. And lots of little cold chisels in here, right? And what do we got here? Kind of a broken off Rambo knife blade. So it looks like just a bunch of cold chisels in here, right? There we go, a Proto, you know? That's a great little quality tool. Right there, and then here's a nice little leather punch here, Japan. Right, so a drawer of cold chisels, and then here is a spring for a tube bender for bending some pipe. Oh, this is like a concrete chisel right there for going into some concrete. You can hammer yourself a hole. It's the old school Hilti roto hammer right there. All right. Oh, again, talk about Hilti right there. All right. There is a bit right there with got the SD drive on there. So yeah, Hilti. Shit. Knowing Hilti, that's probably $300. No, I'm just kidding. But, all right, and another SK half-inch extension there. And then looks like, right, we got a variety here of electrical tape. So nothing crazy, no big, like, stare-it finds or anything like that. But always fun to look through these toolboxes and see what we got inside here. And certainly some useful tools in there that I'll add to the collection, and some I'll probably get rid of and sell there. But I really like this toolbox, and that was part of the reason that I went out and got these toolboxes, just because I like this one and I like its drawers here. And this might be a great one for organizing some end mills and that type of thing. So this one will probably end up on the bench there. And of course that Kennedy box over there is a nice one as well. All right, that about wraps it up here for the mystery toolbox unveiling, and nothing too crazy there, but some decent tools and some great toolboxes. I think both of these are definitely both winners here. And yeah, if anybody needs a pair of pliers or some snips, just give me a ring here. I'll cut you a good deal. All right, I hope you guys are great, and I'll talk to you soon.